there are technologies which can remove all these things. I mean, they're already there. I told you there are in other realms, those technologies exist, and they just
Yeah,
have to come here and being
sure.
applied.
Come on.
But my point is slightly more above that, that these technologies are there and they can be applied. But the point is that nothing is actually free. Whenever you use technologies like that, you have to give back because they're coming from the elementals, the power for, and then you have to have some sort of like give and take. If you're taking something, you have to put it back to them. So there are different ways. There were mantras, there were all kinds of things to give that back
Okay.
from where you're taking. So, but then that education has to be there right first. Like, okay, where is this energy coming from? Okay, if it's coming from there, we have to have gratitude. We have to that thing. We have to fill it back. Like, you know, this kind of thing. So people that
So you're
thing.
saying that the fact that we're not at all in tune with Mama Nature,
Yeah,
we cannot use the
handle
resources that
that
is
level of things.
available free to us because
No,
in a way we don't know how to give thanks to
how
it.
to like like if there is a place where water is given, like and people use that water, then they should fill it back up and leave the full one there, like for the other person
Yeah.
to use. This thing, like, but in the same way with
Pay it
energy.
forward. This
Yeah,
thing, pay it forward. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's
So
what
like, I
we
mean, there's
really
no
mean.
free energy exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? But there is a thing which you can use, and you have to have gratitude. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you have to give back, you know, in
So
ways.
before we get to all those technologies, we have to overall, every one of us, change our attitude
Attitude,
toward
yes,
Mother Nature,
yes, yes, yes,
or
yes. So
none
that's
of
why,
this will ever happen.
yeah, but that's why those kind of things were never like given just like that. It was to those who uh, were qualified to handle something like that, because something like that comes with responsibility,
Yeah.
and that's not a very uh, let's say popular word right now, like like amongst
Yeah.
beings and the younger generation. And if you say that word, people will all
Get
go away.
free energy
Yeah,
and
people will all run away when you use the word responsibility. Like that people
yeah,
all.
responsibility, of course.
Yeah, nobody likes to hear that word. It's not a good word right now, because people don't want to be even responsible for themselves, let alone other things. So it's not a so when people start liking that word responsibility and start applying it in their lives, and in everything, then only those kind of technologies you know have some meaning or use, which will not harm the system, the ecosystem and earth and the beings themselves. Otherwise it's dangerous stuff. Even what is there right now is dangerous enough. you
Oh
know
yeah.
yeah, yeah, for people, like, I mean the lawnmowers are given and people are just misusing them more number of times. They're misusing stuff already, whatever has been given, and and
Like
they're not
even
applying any common sense to it.
like hydroelectricity, I'm sure it kills all kinds of fish when they go into those turbine and get
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I don't know, there must be dead fish all over some
yeah.
places.
But yeah, fishes cease to exist in those kind of river systems,
Yeah,
and,
but
and
that's it.
things.
They don't go, probably don't even bother going close. They
Yeah,
have learned their lesson, and
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
But
So I mean, they just stay in the reservoirs and stuff and onwards, and they don't. But the point is that there are much better things possible, and that is there. It's there in the universe. It's right now. It's there. But the thing is that the attitude, the mentality, and that is where the education has to come in. So that once that thing happens, other things will happen too. you know so but that education has to come first. You cannot. There's a qualifying, you know which is required, which is not the case right now. People just don't, like, nobody has to qualify right now to get a mobile phone and get connected to social media. There's no qualification for this, right? But people do. And then what happens, like, like, it's not
chaos
pretty
starts.
what's going on, you know Then-
Yeah,
you know,
often it leads to chaos. Often it
yeah,
leads to beautiful things also, like
yeah,
what we're
yeah,
doing.
yeah. But
But
I'm just saying, like, but for the qualified, it can lead if you are sorted enough to handle that
Yeah.
saying. But if you're not, then it becomes a dangerous thing for all parties involved. Like, so it's like
I think I've done enough psychological sorting to be here with you. So I feel comfortable
yeah,
with that.
yeah. I mean, I was just talking in general, because when I'm talking about all the millions and
Yeah, yeah.
millions of people who are, the bigger picture, like, and that's where it is that thing, like, even this is going to go online, and some people might pay attention to it, or that thing, and who can get to that kind of part of internet, which is hard for people to navigate through to get to that, so because there's so much other kind of thing which is there. So what I'm saying, there's still some internal work which people need to do then, in order to make use of and even existing technologies properly, so